This is the contest scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds in the super welterweight, light middleweight division between boxers from Manchester and Swindon. And the southpaw wearing the gold trunks trimmed with red, looking to find his range immediately with a right jab and left uppercut, bringing a right jab and left cross into play. He's Clark Smith, 23 years of age, making his 6th outing tonight. He's got a perfect record of 5 wins out of 5 so far. His opponent wearing the black trunks, trimmed with white, operating out of the orthodox stance. He just got through with a good right hand before taking a good left hook to the body, which got his attention. And look how he's clamping that right elbow to his side now. That is Jensen Irving, 34 years of age, some 11 years Clark Smith senior. Got a record 16 bouts, 4 wins, 11 losses, and 1 draw, coming off a win last time out to snap a run of 11 straight defeats. Smith, in his 2nd outing of 2024, gets through with a good left cross to the body out of that southpaw stance. And wearing those colours synonymous with the Champs Camp gym where he trains out of in Manchester.
Well, a good, nice, sharp start here from Smith. Just see how he steals the space with that front foot, and that allows him not only to land with the jab, but also to follow right through with that left hand there. He gets full purchase on every time he throws that backhand. See that again.
Beautiful with a straight left hand right down the pipe. That just checks the chin of Jensen Irving. Of his 11 losses, only 1 has come inside the distance, so he's very durable and tests young prospects, does Irving. Clark Smith, 1 win inside the distance, and his perfect ledger of 5 out of 5. He's dominating the space of centre ring right now.
He's trying to force Irving to throw here, but Irving's a wily campaigner and really knows his way around the ring, so he won't engage unless he has to. So Clark's going to have to force the pace here. He's going to initiate the attacks.
Showing good accuracy with that southpaw left hand is Smith. He's moving around the target as he's snapping out that right jab.
And that's the key here, Ronald, just to be patient. Just keep landing with the same shot. If that's working for you, keep landing with it. If you want to draw Irving out of his shell, just keep landing with that jab. Frustrate him, and then maybe he forces him to make a mistake. And if that doesn't work, then you put the pressure on.
Beautiful right hook to the body out of that southpaw stance, sunk it in beneath the left elbow of Irving. Irving is keeping his composure, scoring with a left jab of his own, partially blocked by the right glove of Smith. And Smith, left hand not too far away, half hook, half uppercut behind that southpaw.
Round 2.
So into the 2nd round then, perhaps heard Joe Gallagher saying to Clark Smith as he rose up off his stool, let's see that backhand go to work, and Clark looking to oblige as he reached for a roundhouse left to the body, but countered upstairs from Jensen Irving. Right hand lead, a good weapon against the southpaw stance, and Irving searching for it there, but good head movement from Smith just to slip the shot.
Well, what Smith's doing quite well is when he throws that jab, he takes that right foot on the outside. You just see it there. That's a perfect example of it. So it just slides him on the blind side there of Irving. Just makes it almost impossible for Irving to fire back then.
Counter right hand from Irving after he was touched up by a southpaw left cross to the body from Smith. Smith with that tight fade and that flame hair. Reckons it is a bit of a Manchester Canelo. Naturally Canelo, because of the connection between Joe Gallagher, Ring Magazine Trainer of the Year in 2015. He's had boxers face off against Canelo. He and Eddie Reynoso have stayed in touch, and Canelo made the nice touch of giving Clark Smith a call before his debut at the request of Joe Gallagher, just to give him some encouragement.
That's just amazing. Imagine that. The first fight you got a call off a great like Canelo.
Reaching for that left hand to the body again, and he's just looking to bring the hands down of Irving, which could well render his chin an open target, but right hand left hook out of the orthodox stance from Irving, who again showing that he has plenty of ambition, looking to make it a brace of back-to-back wins.
But the reason why Irving's allowed chance to advance here is because the jab's gone here from Clark. He's boxing well, that's better. Because he was asked to look at that left hand into play, so neglected the jab a little bit, just looking to unload with that power hand.
So a minute remaining, and there's another hard left hand driven into the body from Clark Smith. Mentioned the connection between Joe Gallagher and Eddie Reynoso. It's a family connection between Joe Gallagher and Clark Smith's father, Clive. Incidentally, they've all got the same initials, CS. His father's Clive Smith, his grandfather's Clive Smith, his brothers who boxed, they're all CS as well, and the sisters. But again, Joe and Clive Smith came up together as amateurs through the Manchester boxing scene, so when it was time for Clark to turn over, well, it was an easy call to make, and he's progressing under the tutelage of Joe Gallagher.
Yeah, of course, there's a trainer there with a wealth of experience, will understand different styles and how to get the best out of you. I think that's the most important part here. He looks really good. I'm enjoying him so far here, Smith.
So just feinting over that front foot, Clark Smith, not fully committing to that right jab. Closing seconds of this second round. Beautiful jab again from Smith. Irving not able to evade it, but comes back with a strong right cross to the body. Leaping left hook.
Round 3.
As we move into the third round. Clark Smith coming off a lengthy injury. Mentioned the fact that it's his second outing of 2024, having had his first outing in March, but prior to that, an injured right bicep kept him out of the ring for 13 months between February of 2023 and March of this year. But there was never any danger of him changing profession. Boxing very much in his blood, as we mentioned. His dad's in the family business. Right, left, not too far away from Clark Smith. Now getting back behind that right jab. And he himself has been boxing since the age of 11, starting at Jimmy Egan's, and had some 75 amateur contests, including 3 honours at youth level on the domestic scene. So plenty of pedigree under the belt of the youngster as Irving reaches for that right cross once again.
Yeah, you can see that because he has really good balance. You just see him against this little step back, but he moves that back foot back first, so then you see it there again. So he's always in the centre of the stance, even when he's moving back or moving forward. I just like to see him maybe just finish with a 3-punch combination, come back with that right hook after he throws that long left hand.
There's a good left hook behind the right jab. Landed with a high elbow and a bent arm from Smith. Irving took it well, just backed up to regain his composure, and now back on the edge of range once again, showing good head movement. We heard among the final instructions that Smith does touch Irving with the jab, but Gallagher was emphasizing that jab. Double jab from Smith, countered from Irving, countered by a left uppercut from Smith.
But he can jab, step back, and then come back with that left hand there. Just jab a little half a step back, make Irving fall short, then come back with that left hand.
Good defenses with a glove from Irving to repel that southpaw left which came in from Smith. Minute remaining in this third round.
Those little feints that Irving had thrown, just unsettling Clark just a little bit, just taking away the little bit of fluency that we've seen in the earlier rounds.
Again, the battle between the front foot, the battle for front foot position between orthodox and southpaw. They're practically stepping on one another's lead leg here. Small adjustments being made out of that boxing stance just to try and get that position of the foot on the outside of your opponent to control the ring territory. It's currently Smith who is in that advantageous position as he reaches for a right jab but couldn't find the range.
Yeah, and of course what that getting the foot on the outside does is allow the backhand there. We just see it there from Smith. It squares you up for that shot. It's more of a natural progression to let the hand go.
So the feinting continuing on the edge of range once again. Double right hand attempted from Irving, who came out of that 2-shot salvo.
Round 4.
So into the second half of this contest, scheduled for 6 we go then. 3 rounds completed, a potential 3 rounds to go. Clark Smith wearing the colours synonymous with Champs Camp. Princess Road in Moss Side in Manchester. Joe Gallagher moving back there in February of last year after previously training his fighters at Amir Khan's gym in Bolton. In many respects, Joe Gallagher going back to his roots as Smith scores with a half hook, half uppercut of that southpaw stance, and an exchange of jabs. Irving looking to be busy with that lead right stick to both head and body. It's an all southpaw battle now, but then that overhand southpaw left just disrupting the boxing stance of Irving, who's now back as an orthodox boxer.
Yeah, but look how he threw it as well. He lifted the elbow and chopped down with that left hand there. Smith just giving it again a different angle of attack, and that just made Irving panic a little bit.
Double jab left cross coming in from Smith. Spearing right jab once again. That's a cracking shot, coming back at the same speed that it went out. And again, he's showing good variety on that jab now, carrying out the instructions of Joe Gallagher, because he's been really active with that stick to begin this fourth round. Good work to the body, making his man miss as well. Beautiful attack, first and third boxing, but the two in between the first and third saw Irving inaccurate.
But the feet as well, he throws a shot and then just skips half the distance out there, just enough for him to evade anything that would come back, but in the position to fire again if there's an opportunity arises. Really clever boxing here from Smith.
Nice movement in the pocket from Irving. And again, just as you suggested, Barry, I was about to say that Irving seems a little reluctant to throw, because the jab was so busy in the first half of the round. But then Irving is looking for his power shots once again.
Yeah, landed a nice little right hand there, Irving.
Oh, that's a beautiful counter right hand. Employed the layback to make his man miss, and then came back with a counter right hand over the top.
This is where Smith's just got to sit down a little bit here. That's all. Just get a little bit lower. Just, if you're starting to be, if your combination is starting to be read by your opponent, just change your height.
So reversed 1-2, left hand came first, ending on a southpaw right hook, Clark Smith. And again, the feinting from both boxers as they try to draw the lead from the opponent that they can counter. Oh, nice counter right uppercut, wasn't too far away from Irving. Just threw out two almost fake jabs to try and blind Clark Smith before coming back with that looping backhand. Good double jab left hand from Clark Smith.
Yeah, good work from Smith. He did get the foot on the outside then, just again not allowing Irving to fire back, and he's got the left hand into play.
Into it by Clark Smith. So moving to the fifth round then. Clark Smith spent some time under the auspices of Joe Gallagher out at the Mike Tyson Boxing Club in Riyadh, where Joe Gallagher has the role of head boxing coach. Went past that facility ahead of the weigh-in of Fury and Usyk, as Smith scores with a cracking right jab. And it, again, when you've got such an iconic figure from boxing to deal with, the iconography in that gym, Barry, is breathtaking.
Yeah, I've heard it's fantastic. I've walked past it, I haven't really gone in there yet. But yeah, it looks absolutely fantastic.
So again, from being around such an experienced, well-connected coach, Clark Smith getting the benefit of these experiences. Here he's looking to put them into play in his own right. Beautiful, sharp right jab once again. Straight into the eye, which is beginning to swell, and then a two-shot salvo in rapid-fire fashion coming from Clark Smith. Scoring punches not quite at a premium, but he's been very efficient with them here in the fifth round.
Yeah, he is. He's a little bit more assertive in this round, isn't he? Like he was in the first. He's looking to maybe put a little more pressure back onto Irving here, Smith.
So Irving trying to answer behind that left jab. Smith operating out of centre ring. And again, the feints, and then landing with a high proportion of punches here in this stanza, just inaccurate with that right hook to end that two-shot salvo.
Just wondering if Smith, rather than just take that step back now and again like that, which I really love how he does it, just sit, dip and roll. So just throw, get a little bit lower, and just slip the shot and just roll underneath it, come back with another punch, or a combination even. Just to maintain that pressure there on Irving.
Counter right hand was a scoring shot from Jensen Irving. And Smith remaining defensively responsible. He's active with his hands, changing his guard in front of his man. Just employing the layback to make it a glancing right hand, then a right jab, left cross, and that has got the attention of Irving and has hurt him. He's backing up to the ropes, looking to fight fire with fire, and now Smith beginning to open up, but Irving keeping his wits about him, comes off the strands of the southpaw. Now he's back with orthodox. once again, but a terrific portion of the round for Clark Smith. Effective aggression of the most efficient variety as he scores with another left hand to the body, then a right hook to the body, and these perilous moments for Jensen Irving, who had been touched up with some accurate hard shots from the undefeated prospect out of Champs Camp, just like that. Sumptuous right hook to the body, followed by a left hook to the body out of the southpaw stance. 10-second clapper has sounded, but it has been a brilliant final 30 seconds or so produced by Clark Smith, putting Jensen Irving under sustained pressure, and now he...
The sixth and final round.
So to the final round then, and after that strong conclusion to round number 5 by Clark Smith, have the 60-second interval been enough for Jensen Irving's senses and energy levels to recover? So his senses were scrambled a little bit, first of all by the double left cross that came in quick succession from Smith, and then showed good variety. Now that's the rabbit punch around the rear of the head, so no knockdown ruled by referee Mark Lyson, but the gloves wiped clean and we resume.
Yeah, I think Irving was okay. I think he was under lots of pressure, but I don't think he was seriously hurt here. It was important for Smith to come out and hurt him early in the round. Hasn't quite been able to do that. He's been boxing a more sensible approach.
Jensen Irving had 20 unpaid contests in what was previously known as the amateur code, winning 16 of them. Won his first 4 in Swindon before deciding to go on the road. Going the journeyman route, of course, it's such a tough business trying to sell tickets and promote yourself. And so after those first 4 wins, that's when he decided to go on the road and snap that run of 11 straight defeats by earning a draw last time out against Jack Mantell, undefeated prospect in Alfreton. But unless he does something dramatic in the final half of the 6th and final round, well, not going to have his hand raised here tonight, or even as somebody who's had a draw or a victory. Well, for journeyman, of course, important to make it through to the final bell so they can go on the road again next week. Good scoring shot to the body from Clark Smith.
He knows his role here, Irving. I've been a little assault here from Smith. But he knows his role, but he can make it difficult for you, make it awkward for you. And I think, for me, Smith has controlled pretty much everything. There's been little pockets where Irving's fired back, of course, just to, if anything, to give him a little bit of a respite. But I think Smith has been patient, mature with a lot of his work here, and it's been an impressive display.
And his jab, so much of his good work has been predicated off that lead right hand on the occasions where he neglected to use it. Joe Gallagher reminded him of its importance immediately, and when he's put that jab into play, and it's a varied jab as he scored with a lead left hand out of the southpaw stance, was a looping roundhouse left from his backhand, but it has been a very effective weapon indeed. It's broken down the defences of Irving, of Heisnitz drew him out of his shell, and then it's set up the potent backhand in the form of a cross, just like that one. Good work to the body also.
But again, he didn't move his feet back there. He just dipped his legs and rolled underneath the follow with an assault there and come back with another shot there, Smith.
Scoring referee Mark Lyson decides this bout. He has it at 60 points to 54 points in favour of the winner. From Manchester, still undefeated, Clark Smith.